Hi, it is time to work on SC377. As I said in my last video, this is a non-runner and I wanted to check if the fuel injection troubleshooting manual I made works, and so I'm gonna follow the flow chart of what steps to go through to figure out what the problem is. I have cheated. I already know by removing the airflow sensor elbow and moving the airflow sensor flap that there is fuel. I also sprayed brake cleaner into the intake, so I know there is spark. And then I noticed that here on the fuel injection relay, some rodent has chewed through some of the wires, and this is very likely the reason the car is not running. So my goal now is to see if I can verify that using that troubleshooting manual from the inside of the car, so I know what lines have been chewed through, and I should be able to find these faults when I am in with my ohm meter and the injection ECU plug in my hand. I should be able to identify these problems. So it's a bit like if you watch a crime drama and you, as the viewer, you already know who the murderer is, and it's still fun watching the detectives to figure it out. And I want to do the same thing. I know what the problem is, but I want to see if I can identify it following this chart. So let's get started. I'm now in the passenger seat of the car, and what you see is the cover for the ECU. I've taken that off, and this is where the ECU lives. I've already taken the plug off, and this is what we're now going to use to figure out what's wrong with the car. Okay, so I have to apologize. I'm going to be in the way most of the time, but what I'm doing now is I have this the wiring diagram, and I have the troubleshooting chart, and I'm going to go through the wires one by one until I figure out which ones are broken. I already know that the relay 86A is interrupted. 86A is the starter signal. 85 is almost chewed through, that is the main ground for the injection system. 88A goes to the airflow sensor. It's one of the airflow sensor wires that's interrupted. And 88C is the auxiliary air valve. Yes, auxiliary air valve. So we have 4 wires, of which 3 are chewed through and 1 is damaged but not all the way through. So let's see if we can figure that out. The troubleshooting manual starts with, it tells you what component you're looking. If you have a test lamp, it's going to see test lamp lights or doesn't light. And I go by volts instead, so I have my ohm meter here. It tells you whether the ignition needs to be on or not. And then we go through step by step. So first step is supply voltage. And so it asks for a test lamp, so I'm going to volt, DC, not AC. Then I need pin 10 to ground at body, and it is hard to see for you. I'm gonna put something in the video. We have 35 pins on that plug, and it's a longer row and a shorter row. The longer row has 18 pins and the shorter row has 17 pins. So pins 1 through 18 are on here on the right side from where I'm looking at it, and the other ones 19 through 35 are on the left side, and it tells me which pins to put together. So right now it wants pin 10 and ground at body. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. No. 10 and ground at body. I use the dual pin for that. Oh, and of course I forgot something. Ignition on. So once again, oh please shut up. Done. Thank you. Okay, and I see nothing. So even the supply voltage is apparently not where it should be. So that is test 1 failed. Next one is ground of the injection system, and that is pin 10 and pin 5. I'm going to go over to ohm. And that too is not what it should be. I should see. Actually, that was wrong. I need its voltage again. So pin 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pin 10. And I see nothing. Okay, so either I'm doing something really wrong or everything is screwed up here. Initiation of injection pulse, that I cannot do, because for that I do need a test lamp and I don't have one. It says operate starter briefly and test lamp flickers, so I'm not going to see anything here on a voltmeter. Next step, starter signal from starter for control unit. That is pin 4 and 5. 4 is plus and 5 is minus. Pins 5 and 4. Now I prefer to have 17 hands. Operate starter briefly. Okay. So this was interesting. This must have been the last remains of the brake cleaner I put in there yesterday. Because the car cannot possibly run with the ECU disconnected. That's funny. So this came out correct. Combination relay at pump. So that's the double relay. 20 and 5. No, that's the one I just did. So I did see some voltages here. Auxiliary air valves. That is 34 and 5. So once again, I'm at 5, that's ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 34 is this one. Once again, 17 hands needed. And I do see voltage, so that turns out fine, and that is consistent with the damage in the wires. Next thing, injection valves. So what do I do now? Okay, I need to see voltage. It's always pin 5, which is ground, and then pin 14, 15, 30, 31, 32, and 33. So I should see voltage there. So pin 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just verifying I'm still in ground. 12 is unoccupied. That's always a good point to see what the correct pin is. I have voltage here. That is the first cylinder injection valve. 14, 15. Okay. Now I don't. Ignition is off. Ignition needs to be on. No, ignition off. That's correct. And I'm supposed to use an... Sorry again. The injection valve lines, I need the ignition on. Once again, 5 and 14. I have 12 volts. 15. Yes. 30. That is 35, 34, 33, 31, 30. Yes. 31. Yes. 32. Yes. 33. So all the injection valves get their voltage, and now I need the airflow sensor, and that is via ohm measurement. And here I should see one of the lines not going through because one of them has been chewed through. Okay, so between 6 and 7. This is pin 5, and 6 and 7. I have continuity here, but more than I should have. I see 100 ohm and I should see 50 ohm. Okay. 6 and 8. $190, I should see 180, that's okay. 6 and 9. 5, 6, 7, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 300 ohm, 280, yes. Now 8 and 9. This is 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 9. Should see 100 ohm, I see 100 ohm. And 27 and 6. Once again, going back to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 30, 29, 28, 27. 2,200 ohm, 2,200 to 3,800 ohm. Okay, so this is all okay. And we have also heard that by the car running in the first place. The next thing is injection valves and the resistors in front of it, because they are not running at the full 12 volt. So this is pin 15 and 33, pin 12, 13, 14, 15, and we are measuring ohm again, and 33, 35, 34, 33. Yes, this is continuity, 32, same here, 14, 15 and 14, same. Where am I? No, 14 and 30, 32. 14 and 32, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and 32, 35, 34, 33, 32. That's correct. 14 and 33. Same here. And 30 and 31. So 35, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 30. Same here, but I think now I have had the wrong number for the first one. Just checking again. So it's 30, 14, 15, and 33. Oh, that's okay. And 32. That's also okay. I must have gotten that wrong. Okay, so that is okay. Now, temperature sensor 2, that's 5 and 13. As I said, pin 5 is ground. 5. And what do I need to do? Ignition off. 13 is this one. 2,500 ohm. Should be between 5,500 and 2,600, and that's correct. Operation of idle contact and throttle valve. That is 2 and 18. Okay, now that is something I can't do. I'm supposed to hold 2 pins in here. Oh, they are holding it in themselves. Maybe I can try it. So 2 and 18. 2 is this, and 18 is this. Now I'm supposed to step on the gas. Ignition off. Now step on the gas and thank you. 2 and 18. So now continuity. Step it on the gas and no continuity. So that works too. Now it's 3 and 18. So what I'm testing now is the switch at the intake manifold. Okay, now I'm supposed to throw the filter. So at the moment it is no continuity. Come on. And still no continuity because the pin has fallen off. Okay, let's do this again. All off again. So I'm not going to be able to do that. In most cases then it's better to do that with 2 people. So last test is pump contact in airflow sensor. You go to between pin 20 and 5, disconnect air hose at airflow sensor. Oh, that's the one that I already did. That would be, you would remove the elbow from the airflow sensor, move the flap, and then you hear the fuel pump. And if this asks for seeing if there's voltage and if the fuel pump can be heard. So that has been verified. So this is, I did see right in the beginning several problems, but I honestly have been unable to pinpoint which exactly it is, and it does not directly lead me to these that I've seen. So I'm going to do some directly from the wiring chart. So we have the wiring harness in front of me. 86A. 86A is going to a pin on the... I can't do that. No, that's not going to work. I can however check my ground. So ground would be once again pin 5. Pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And ground here. And injection does have ground. Yes, that is the wire that has not quite been chewed through, but the rodent was on that wire. And ground wire, main injection ground, if that is missing, the car will not run. I have a car here that I got from Arizona, and they gave up. They had the car for a year and they completely gave up. So I bought it, and turns out it was the ground wire of the injection system. I put the ground wire in and the car just fired up. That was all. And they had already bought injection relays and quite a few parts from me. So I hope to be able to avoid that in the future with giving you this troubleshooting chart. Still, I don't understand why I did not was not able to recognize what else was wrong, or I could not pinpoint it. So once again, 88A, that is the one, that's the starter signal. And on the other side is pin 4. Let's do pin 4 and ground. And ground. Now I want it on DC voltage again and see if I see voltage now. Yes. Okay. This is interesting because one of the wires that has been chewed through seems to work. So it must be either I identified the wrong pin on the relay or something else is wrong. So anyway, this is rather inconclusive. I'm not very happy with the result. I have to keep working on this. It's very strange. I was hoping that this would help, but what will definitely help is the wiring diagram itself. At least you're not completely in the dark when you work on the car. But I'm not really thrilled about this result. Okay, so next step is to get the car running. This is what it looks like. I've now pulled that one connector out of the multi-plug. These need to go together, and this one is only held together by the insulation. So this should be that, and then on the other side I have the ground connector that is chewed halfway through, and then this one is missing its counterpart. That's the one, the red and black one, that starts the fuel pump when the starter is running. So it is a day later now. As you can see, the car has moved and it is running. The reason was, of course, those 3 wires that had been chewed through. I had soldered them and put some shrink hose around them. The car wouldn't start though. And then I went into the inside again, did my measurements at the different injection plug pins, and this time with a test light. I actually had one, didn't remember that, so I had that, and it's a bit easier. It's not necessary, of course. You can do it all with a 12 volt meter, with a voltmeter, and you see 12 volts. There's 12 volts, but it's quicker and easier to see a light come on or not. And everything was fine. So, what was the problem? I verified everything is fine. Never tried to start the car again. Nothing. So then I realized sometimes the most obvious thing doesn't occur to you. I had not plugged in the injection plug into the ECU. Of course it wouldn't start. It's these moments where I think sometimes, okay, maybe it's time to go have your Alzheimer and go quietly into the distance. But anyway, so as soon as I plugged it in, it worked fine, and it has also good cold start behavior. I can show that in a moment. The only lesson I learned from this is that my flowchart, or Opel flowchart in that case for the 3 liter, there's more of my contribution in the 3.9 chart, is that really it did not pinpoint the problem. I did see that things were wrong, but not really obvious, even though I knew which of the wires are disconnected. So I don't know what to tell you now. I have to try it again on another one. So this is going probably to Germany, 387, and I have a 487 in the back that isn't running, so I'm going to try that next, and then these 2 can go to Germany. And I'll see if my 3.9 chart, if I try it again on a 3.9, if the chart maybe does give me what I need to know. But it's very strange, and so once again, when I tried to find the fault, it was inconclusive. but when everything was right, all the steps happened as described in that flowchart. So at the moment I will publish that flowchart once I'm done with both of them. It doesn't hurt to have it, but I'm not as convinced as I was before I started how good it actually is. But so I'll do one cold start now, and then that video will be done, and I'm already thanking you for watching. As you can see, I have a knock of a lift there. That will normally go away, but I have not confirmed that yet. It has been sitting for months, and that's probably the reason I had that on other cars before. You might remember the video about the green 357, 356, and they went away as well. But anyway, good cold start, good throttle response, and that is what I need to achieve. Thanks.